We start with the redistricting fight. Governor Gavin Newsom wants to redraw California's congressional districts for the 2026 midterm elections. The governor's goal is to deliver 5 additional House seats to the Democrats.
It comes in direct response to President Donald Trump asking Texas Governor Greg Abbott to redistrict in a way that delivers 5 additional seats to Republicans. And Texas is now in the process of doing so. Governor Newsom calls his plan fighting fire with fire.
Today, lawmakers started taking action on his plan.
ABC 10's Becca Habegger is following that and reaction from Republicans.
Yeah, Chris and Laura, state lawmakers are back at the Capitol today after a 4-week summer recess. Now, Democrats kicked off their return with a news conference announcing their legislative redistricting package. And it involves approving the proposed redrawn maps of California's congressional districts, which were published Friday, as we reported. Also calling for a special election on November 4th to ask voters to temporarily set aside a provision of the state constitution requiring congressional districts be drawn by an independent commission. Lawmakers also have a bill that would reimburse counties for the cost of the election. Now, Democrats say California's redistricting proposal is a direct counter to what Republicans are doing in Texas. They believe voters will agree with them, and they cited the importance of not ceding more power to Republicans on the national level. But Republican state lawmakers say this redistricting process is an attack on democracy by attempting to bypass the constitutional amendment passed by voters in 2008, putting in that independent redistricting commission.
They are lying to voters on the ballot by claiming, therefore, independent redistricting, when in fact these politicians are trying to seize back power from the citizens to once again manipulate the districts.
Donald Trump lit this fire when he pressured Texas to change the rules mid-game. California is answering that attack, not by breaking democracy, but by protecting it.
State lawmakers have until the end of this week to pass the legislative redistricting package. If passed, voters will decide on whether to redistrict in a special election on November 4th. And coming up at 6:30 on To the Point with Alex Bell, how state Republicans are fighting back against this Democrat-led effort, including with legal threats.
Okay, Becca, we'll check back in then at 6:30. We thank you. Meanwhile, Texas Democrats came back to the state today, allowing lawmakers to reach quorum. The Democrats came back to cheers from supporters after more than 50 Democratic lawmakers left the state to avoid voting on those new congressional maps. The Republican maps are being pushed by President Donald Trump to favor Republicans in the upcoming midterm elections.
We are going to build a record that helps the legal fight go forward. We will try to persuade our colleagues to do the right thing, but quite frankly, I'm disappointed in the level of moral courage I see from a lot of my colleagues.
ABC News sources say Indiana Republicans have now been invited to the White House next week to discuss possible redistricting plans for their state that would favor Republicans as well.